Thank you, Joey, for that discussion. Let's now move on straight to the Milimani Law Courts, where we do expect Governor Obado of Migori to be arraigned today in connection to the killing of Sharon Otieno, the 26-year-old university student whose body was found in a thicket in Homa Bay a couple of weeks back. Our reporter Hassan Mugambi is on standby there with the latest. Hassan, a very good morning. Has the governor been arraigned yet? And what other thing can you tell us from that end?
Well, a very good morning to you, Fred. He is already in the courtroom. He was presented before the courtroom very early this morning. Right now, we're just waiting for High Court Judge Justice Jesse Lesit, who will be hearing the matter, to be in the courtroom before the process begins. Remember, today is the day that Obado, the governor, after spending 3 nights in police custody at the Gigiri police station here in Nairobi, will be taking plea on whether or not he was involved directly or indirectly in the murder of university student Sharon Otieno. He is expected to be charged with abetting and aiding the murder of that particular university student. So we already here in the court. We have seen his lawyers just presenting themselves and getting ready for the preliminary objections that they will be presenting before the court, even as the case kicks off this morning. So it's a wait and see, and it's in any moment from now, that is 9 a.m. we are expecting that the justice will be coming into the courtroom and will be getting to read the charge. The clerks will be reading the charges, and he will be taking plea. On whether or not the officers will be requiring more time. Remember, this is a piece of investigation that has taken a little over 20 days now, and they are just looking for what bits and pieces to bring about a very, very solid case. So whether they will be asking for more time to detain the governor is something that we will be waiting to see upon the commencement of this day, this day's charge taking, and of course plea taking for Mr. Obado, who has been presented before the court by homicide detectives very early this morning. So he will be charged, of course, alongside. We are expecting that Oyamo will be also there, and his bodyguard will be also there. That is the expectation that we have here at the Milimani Law Court. Also in police custody, remember, Fred, we also have a driver who is suspected to have been the person driving that vehicle that was used in abduction of Sharon alongside Nation Media Group journalist Barack Oduor. And also in police custody is former Kanyadoto MCA Lawrence Muller, who is said to have been the link or the bridge between Obado, Oduor, and Sharon Otieno in the ahead of their murder, of their abduction and subsequent murder, that very, very fateful day on the 3rd of September this year. So it is a wait and see here at the Milimani Law Court, and also we are informed that there is a piece of demonstration that will be conducted by several lobby groups that will be starting their demonstration at the Uhuru Park to march all the way here at the Milimani Law Court, just agitating for justice for Sharon. These are groups that started a very, very long time ago, almost over a week ago, just holding night vigils in Nairobi and other towns, and also today they are expected to be holding peaceful demonstrations towards this particular cause, and that they have placed themselves on, that is seeking justice for Sharon. Currently, Obado is already in the courtroom, and he will be facing those charges at when the clock strikes 9 a.m.
Thank you, Hassan. Hassan Mugambi there, live from outside the Milimani Law Courts, where we expect Governor Obado of Migori to be arraigned. And of course, you can see live pictures there from inside the court. The governor is already in the dock, awaiting the arrival of the judicial officers. And yes, the charges facing him are murder, abetting murder, because yes, whether or not he was involved directly, whether or not he aided. Any person who aids or abets another person in committing the offense will also be considered culpable of committing the offense. every person who actually does the act or makes the omission which constitutes the offense, every person who does or omits to do any act for the purpose of enabling or aiding another person to commit the offense, any person who counsels or procures any other person to commit the offense. And these are some of the grounds why Governor Okoth Obado may be charged in connection to the killing of Sharon Otieno. Of course, we'll continue bringing you live pictures from Milimani Law Courts as this process continues. Whether or not the governor will be expected to take plea, we still await to see. At the moment, they are waiting for the judge to make his or her way to the courtroom. Yes, those are live pictures from the Milimani Law Courts as Okoth Obado already in the dock awaiting the arrival of the judge. He's being arraigned in connection to the killing of Sharon Otieno.